Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and the scheduling issue that I've been having is carrying over into this week too. What fun! So I've decided I'm just going to start trying to get my recordings done before I go to work, and hope it doesn't throw off my entire groove. Which is definitely better than not recording anything, because frankly, I enjoy doing this. I like having something to do. It makes me feel better about myself. It gives you guys entertainment. There's really no downside to any of this. I'm just happy to be able to do it. It helps so much. But let's not worry about that right now. We've got Seismic Entry to talk about, and this might be one of my favorite. Like, the name says it all. It's an entry tool. You just take a short leap, you land, and fart on the ground a few times, and it creates shockwaves that keep enemies from really doing anything. Which gives you essentially perfect setups for things that are maybe a little bit slower, or just things that have a very specific kind of short range. And one of the obvious things that I just passed was Tidal Blast, and that would work perfectly fine with this, I guarantee it. Cascading Blitz is a good movement option. Like, you could even pair it with another jump, which I usually do when I'm doing my Murder Bunny builds. I usually pair either this or Blazing Vault with something like Thunder Drop. And that usually works pretty well. But for my purposes today, I think we're going Radiant Knockout. We're going to give ourselves a shield. And then for our basic, Fiery Yo-Yo is pretty good. I could also go with Bolt Rail. Obviously, Air Spinner is a particularly good one. I like the Vines. I think... yeah, I'm gonna stick with Fiery Yo-Yo. And for how this build is set up, we're just going to take our same power setup from before. Because, frankly, we're not going to need a lot of critical hit chance with what we have going on. And there we go. And also the roll for today was the jazz music. So let's go smooth jazz. Can't ever go wrong with that soundtrack. I mean, you can't really go wrong with any of the soundtracks. They're all well done, whether it's Dale North's original compositions, Gentle Love's jazz tracks, or Ayaki's piano tracks. It all works out really well. But enough about sucking the composer's dicks. Let's just get into the run here as soon as we get our retro floor plan. As per usual, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful time. I hope this video brings you some enjoyment as we talk about the pros and cons of Seismic Entry. Obviously, this is another Signature Arcana Spotlight Series video. So we're going to be looking at how well the base spell works, enhanced version of course, and then all of the upsides of the Signature cast. Now, I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. No, you can't dash cancel it. But it's a movement spell in and of itself, and you're invulnerable the whole time you're in the air. So does it really need a dash cancel is kind of where I'm getting at with this. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and start with Atlas, just because he is going to resist the damage of both Seismic Entry and Radiant Knockout. Like, I just don't really feel like having to deal with that late game. Now, as the name implies, this is a beautiful combat entry point. And you're just invulnerable the whole time you're in the air, and you land with those giant shockwaves of damage that keep you pretty safe. Like, there really is almost no better entry tool. I mean, there is Blazing Vault, But that's not a signature, which is why I didn't talk about it earlier. That fool was hiding behind a tree! He seriously saw me jump in and said, "Nope, I'm staying back here." So, on the surface, this seems like it has a lot of the same bonuses as Thunder Drop. The problems that I notice with Thunder Drop is that for some reason, it's easier for enemies to knock you out of it. Like, yeah, you're still invulnerable while you're in the air. But for some reason, the enemies have a way easier time just smacking you around after you land. I think that's partially the fault of you hanging around in the air so long. It just gives enemies time to line up their assault against you, so they can just slap you in the ass and punish you for that. Anyway. Oh, I see things that I like. 2 things that I like, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to do much with one of them. The Mimic showed up way too early in the run. I had no time to build up adequate bonuses to stack it up with. Hey, look at that, even Cecil's upset about that. He's like, "God damn it, it's too soon!" So, let's say that I want to give this up. The one upside is that if I do spend all my money on upgrading it, it is a greater... See, here's the thing, we're right at the beginning of the run, so I want to make sure I have enough money to pick up some stuff on the other floors, so we're just going to go with the Anchor of Burden and call it good. A little disappointing, maybe, but also remember that Anchor of Burden does also give us more stun value on our hits, so... Now, one thing that I didn't openly discuss, at least not as of yet, was the signature cast and how that works. So it basically just does Seismic entry 3 separate times. But the bonus to that is that you can choose whether or not you want to move with it. Like, if you don't hold any direction on those jumps, just like with the regular spell, you don't move at all. You just stamp in place, which is great for stacking that damage on a single target. But that's exactly what makes it a wonderful entry tool. See what I mean? And the initial hit, in conjunction with the secondary shockwaves, really piles on a lot of damage, as well as stun values. And thanks to all the time I've been spending playing Elden Ring... Yes, Bird, I agree. But yes, thanks to all the time I've spent playing Elden Ring, I keep wanting to call it poise damage. Yes, he is an excited bird today. Here we got a beautiful hunter satchel set up. No complaints there. And remember, because I am recording this before I go to work, it is, you know, excited bird time, so once again, this motherfucker's just hiding behind a tree. Like, Seismic Entry works so well just because it combines so many positive elements into one spell. You get the invulnerability while you're in the air, which is good for any jump attack. It's got movement attached to it, so you can use it to displace yourself and throw off enemy movements. That. Glacial Cross is not going to be that good with this. Hammer of Atlas will, though. So yes, for those of you who get tired of listening to the birds, I'm sorry that you have to put up with excited Cecil right now. At the same time, I'm not that sorry. I mean, he is my buddy, and I'm not gonna like drag him into another room just so I can record. And the honest fact of the matter is, yeah, maybe I should if I don't want a lot of background noise. But Happy Birds is a background noise I can accept. Look, it's a spell so good that even Atlas wants to use it. Well, yeah, but Dark Sage, he also wants to use Tectonic Drill, and you haven't talked about that yet. Don't worry, we're getting there. That is a spell that I have a certain amount of love for. There, as you can see, the shock waves of that spell when you signature cast it pretty much allow it to be used against anything. And then in conjunction with how strong Radiant Knockout is, it basically just... Wait, what did I get hit by? I'm so confused. No, I know exactly what I got hit by, let's be fair. By the way, for those of you who are wondering, what I got hit by was that water spear, that ice lancer that was just not necessarily hiding, but just kind of got knocked away. Because remember, as enemies get more aggressive, the Seismic Entry approach gets a little bit less safe. But on the whole, I still think you have pretty safe. It's a pretty safe entry option overall. Ooh, hey, hold on, it's an unbirthday present. You know how I feel about those. And that right there is another very clear and present use of the spell when from a just standing still position. Like there's... He is very excited right now. Alright, what do we got here? A couple of nice little freebies. I don't know how I feel about the others because we are not speccing into critical hits, so I don't know how I feel about some of these. But we grab them because, I mean, with Singing Bowl, anything is viable. Just remember, when you do wind up a hit with the Singing Bowl, it is 100%. That doesn't mean that I necessarily hold on to the critical hit stuff, though. There's really nothing here I need, so we're just gonna move on. There we go. Also, yes, Lancers are jerks. Wow, really, Dark Sage? Several hundred episodes into your Wizard of Legends series and you're just now letting us know that Lancers are jerks? No, you see, I've been telling you that Lancers are jerks forever. This is just me bringing the point up a second time. Hey, this Singing Bowl Dice of the Nemesis combo is working out pretty well. What do we have down here? Oh, that was not smart. I jumped back into his range. Yeah, well, we really don't need more money, so leave that be. Alright, oh, look at that. Oh, how do I feel about fadeaway rhythm? Tell you what, I'll grab it. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be the best option, but it's not a bad option. Alright, anything good here? A couple things I like. First of all, get ourselves a better defensive option than that. Ooh, Curse Eater's Mask. Now we're talking. I already have one regeneration effect. I don't really need another one. And with three out of my 6 spells being that of a movement option, I really feel like I should just go ahead and drop the supply crate and grab the soccer piece. At this point, I've kind of decked myself out rather nicely. Yeah, crush Colossus. How does it feel to get crushed? Ya bitch. You smarmy crush imposter. You're not an orange soda at all! Dark Sage lost it. Guys, I lost it a long time ago. If you're only just now figuring this out, you're way too new to my channel. Alright, we're gonna get a little ballsy here. Alright, that was not worth it. Yeah, I can avoid part of the spell, but I'm not avoiding all of it. Yeah, that's a big ol' whoopsie. Okay, nitroglycerin barrels are making me mad again. Thank you, Wavefront. Bam, bam, bam! Yeah, you deserve that. You deserve me Mario stomping your face. And you are now very clearly seeing the benefit of having Wavefront on. Ooh! Hold on. I mean, you guys know how I work, so... Once again, for those of you who are about to argue numbers going, but Dark Sage, it was probably the mathematically wrong choice to pick up the fairy. You obviously don't understand me and my predilection for fairies. Where are you guys going? Like, seriously, where did the pathfinding decide that you guys should go? Like, I'm just not gonna understand that. I'm sitting over here fighting their minions, and their thought process is, man, we gotta start flying south for the winter. Like, but it's July! Like, well, gotta get a head start. Also, I chose the longest way around possible. I just figured you guys needed to have another good look at those brick walls. Okay, I don't think I want anything from Nocturne. My build is just fine the way it is. Alright, these are some beautiful boss fights, by the way. And hopefully you're seeing the same thing that I am and understand why I like this so much as a battle entry option. And the idea that you're just immediately landing with an AoE shockwave just really makes this effective, so long as you land on the right enemies, of course. With the most dangerous things, of course, being high-level mages, lancers, and archers. You want to make sure that you're landing on them first, or at least hitting them with the shockwave. Which, to be fair, they both do the same thing. You don't get more damage for landing on something directly. But I mean, that's perfectly fine. Shields. By the way, I also want to bring this up while I'm thinking about it. If I do decide to do a signature spot, or not a signature, but a spotlight series for different standard spells, I'm not going to be ranking every single one of them, because a lot of them just have their own individual uses, which makes it very difficult to rank them. No, instead I'll just be going over things that I think are neat about those spells, ideas that I think you should know about in using them to make builds. But that's really as far as I want to go with that idea, because trying to rank every standard spell in the game, oof, that is a tall order. Once again, nothing here I really want. Alright, where am I going? Because I still need to upgrade Hammer of Atlas. Come on, Iris, do something for me. Oh, hello. Okay, so I think at this point we're pretty safe. You know, Dark Sage, there is one mathematically correct option. I'm not doing it. Matter of fact, I think I'm just gonna do that. I don't care how mathematically sound it is, you don't disparage your Sylvan helpers. Like, I can agree that, you know, by the standards of how the game works, they might not be the, like, top pinnacle S-tier option, but god damn it, I love my fairies. It's also been a rule that I've been following while playing this game with an audience, is that I will always take fairies when they pop up. That is just... that is just a rule I've always played by. Especially after the Phantom update, where it was revealed that I could stack all the fairies. Meaning that any time that fairies show up, the dream is to have the Fairy Force 5 with me. Ugh. Should have gotten him with the signature, but of course that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Okay, I think we'll just take that, make it easier to take out the line, not line shock, null flash agents. Almost. Alright, I think we're pretty much good. I do think I'm going to, hold on, place this with this. Alright, beautiful. Ah, no! Oh, lovely. And there we go. Lovely little Earth Stomp victory there. And the end of this episode, and done well before I need to be to work, so I have some time to clean up and get myself a piece of fruit or something. So Seismic Entry, it's easily one of the best entry tools in the game, and it gets a very powerful signature, which I am all for. Now, I will say that I do think that Blazing Vault is a slightly better, combat entry tool, but that's just a standard spell, not a signature spell, so I'm just bringing it up here because I wanted to make sure that my thoughts were known. But overall, still a very powerful tool. One that I wholeheartedly endorse, and one that I think makes just about any melee build a little bit easier with the ability to close distance, stun enemies, and get off that second hit much easier. Definitely something that pairs well with Mjolnir, and a tool that just works so fantastically. Give it a try if you're looking for a good way to get in using an entry tool to get your combos off. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. Seismic Entry is pretty good. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in and spending some of your free time here with me today. I very much appreciate it. So do the birds, even though they don't sound like it. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.